Good evening, YouTubers, or good day, or whenever you're watching this. Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to Frank's Collecting Castle. My name, as always, is Daniel. And in today's video, I figured we'll go over my Arrow video box sets. So there's 13 in total, and I'm only gonna go through the box sets. I'm not gonna go through the rest of the Arrow collection because I really want to deep dive and take my time with each of these box sets. So as you can see, there's only 13, sort of say, but I really do enjoy these box sets. And I'm going to take them out of the shelf, and we're going to go through each of them really deeply. And I'm going to pause it here, and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, here we go, and let's just kick it off with the very first box set, and that is Mario Bava's Blood and Black Lace, a wonderful movie, and this is a wonderful, wonderful release, I have to say. It's one of my absolute favorite releases that I have overall. It's an absolutely wonderful release. So we get the spine here. And of course the Arrow Video logo. Get some information here as well. Here you have all the special features. Here you can also read 6 models. Six victims for a crazed masked killer. That is basically the plot of this movie. It takes place in a fashion house. Here you have the masked killer himself. So you can see there's this nice slip cover here, thin, but still a very nice slip cover. And then you get into the hard case itself. So you had a slip cover for the hard case, the hard box here. So you have the same cover, obviously. We have that beautiful spine again. Love the pink or purple covers here. You get the Arrow logo again. Nothing on the back here, though, which is a bit disappointing. It's just black. It's all a matte finish, so it's no glossy, which I prefer. Even though when you have a lot of colors, like this has, a glossy cover can get more, make the colors really pop. But I do enjoy the matte finish. Here are pull out contents. We have the movie. We have a very, very nice poster. We have a very thick book. And I'm going to open up the poster so we can take a look at that. Here we go. Here's the poster. Obviously the same as the slipcover and the box set itself. It's still very beautiful. It's matte finish, but when we turn this over, that's where the magic happens. This is incredibly beautiful, and I love how they made it yellow, because of course this is one of the original Giallos, or one of the movies that actually really popularized Giallo. It's not the actually first one, but one of the ones that really popularized the Giallo genre, and Giallo means yellow and in Italian. So let's just take a look. Guaranteed, the 8 greatest shocks ever filmed. That's a great cover. That's a great wording. A fashion house of glorious models becomes a terror house of blood. Yep, very, very cool. So that's the beautiful poster. I'm gonna fold that up and let's go through the book. Okay, here we have the beautiful book. As you can see, it's a thick book. Once again, the matte finish. Here we have the contents of the book. Howard Hughes, Kat Ellinger, Rachel Nesbitt, Alan Jones, David DeVal. That's a lot of famous names right there, so that's very cool. Once again, thick pages, and you have a matte surface to the pages. That's very cool. Here's actually the cast of this wonderful movie. The crew itself, of course. So that's very cool. As you can see, you get a lot of very nice writing, beautiful artwork. This movie, I'm gonna flip through it like this instead. That's probably the easiest way. I love how it's black paper, sort of say. Let's see how many pages there actually were in this. It's gotta be somewhere like 40, 50 pages, right? There we go. Here's 51, 52, 53. So almost 60 pages. That's a big book. You can't call it a booklet. You call it a perfect book. Really beautiful. That's a beautiful book. And then we go to the actual movie itself. Here's another alternate cover. Let's zoom in a bit. There we go. You have the spine. Once again, you get a look at all the extras here. The audio comment here by Tim Lucas is actually pretty damn good. I've listened to that. You open it up, you have, once again, you have the disc, and then you have the cover there, which is the same as the disc art. We also do get some, there's just a commercial. You know, one of those promo cards it always comes with, but for movie Lover's Lane. It was a 90s slasher. Here we go, some of the art cards. Here's the back of the art cards. So I'm gonna put all this together and move on to the next box set. So then, one final look at Mario Bava's great movie, Blood and Black Lace. I absolutely adore this movie. It's a stunning movie, truly is. And a big inspiration for a lot of movies. So that's Mario Bava's Blood and Black Lace. Moving on, we got one of my other favorite directors, and that is, of course, Lucio Fulci. And this is his movie, Demonia. This is basically nunsploitation, I might call this. It's a nice, really cool cover. The spine, your logo with the skull right there. Here's, you can read a bit about the movie. So this is a 2-disc set. You get the bonus features and the actual movie. On the second disc, disc 2, there's a documentary about Lucio Fulci, which is actually by, you can see here, Antonietta De Lillo, I think is her name, where she did a long interview with Lucio from 1993. This is a feature-length documentary that is on that disc. It's probably 70 minutes or something like that. It's very, very good, I have to say. So it's time to open this up. So this is a slip cover that opens from the bottom. Not the top, not the side, but the bottom. You get the same as we get here. This is they made something different with this because it opens like a media book. And you open it up like this. I think I've shown it many times before, but it turns to like a cross. I'm gonna take away the booklet and the art cards so we can turn this over. So you can see how it turned out. We turn it back. Turn it like this, and you sort of see the cross it becomes, right? With all the fixtures and the skulls, of course. Then you have the movie itself on this disc, and then the Fulci documentary or interview on disc 2. Just talking about Fulci, the other day, like Monday or Tuesday, I watched another Fulci documentary called Fulci for Fake, which was very, very interesting. They really talked about the life and career of Lucio Fulci, and they interviewed his 2 daughters. And I highly recommend that you can buy it from Severin Films, but they had it on a streaming service here in Sweden, so how could I not? Here we have Lucio Fulci himself. Here's the back of the art cards. One of the crazy nuns. Yep, those are the art cards. And then we have this little booklet here. It's got a cool image right there. Let's see. We have the content, the cast. Of course, Brett Halsey did a lot of Italian movies, did a lot of Fulci movies. Sort of made his mark in Italy. This is the crew. Fulci, of course, as the director. Is this Fulci's like very best movie? No, but it's good enough. Yeah, I think it's still a very entertaining movie. So, and I highly recommend it. And I just think this is a very cool addition for a lesser talked about Fulci movie, and that is Demonia. Now, I'm gonna pack it up, and we're moving on to the next one. So yeah, that was Lucio Fulci's Demonia. Next up, this is another 2-movie set. This is Graveyards of Honor. So this features the original Graveyard of Honor and Yakuza Graveyard, and the remake as well. Looks like there's, we got the 2 movies. The original and the remake. So the original is made by Kinji Fukasaki, or Fukasaku, I should say. When did this come out? I would say it came out in this 75. You can see it right there. It came out in 1975. I think the remake came out in like 2002. So Kinji Fukasaku, and the remake is made by the great Takashi Miike. So we get the special features here. You have the disc art. There's obviously the commissioned artwork. Here's the remake by Takashi Miike, the great Takashi Miike. I think it came out in 2002. Yes, I was correct about that. You get audio commentary by Tom Meese. That's very cool. Visual essay by Kat Ellinger on Takashi Miike. There's the spine, the logo. Turn that over, you get the promo card for one of those Comic-Con Arabati. Don't know which movie that is. It's probably a Polizieski. This looks like. It's a great movie nonetheless. The disc art and the commission artwork. Just put that back. Here I have the J card that comes off, obviously on the box, but I usually save them, but I take them off. So that is Graveyard of Honor from 1975 and 2002. Yep, Graveyards of Honor, the box sets of the remake and the original. Okay, next box is another actually Japanese box, and that is the Daimajin trilogy. Now, when I finally got this, I didn't even know that there was a like deluxe box set that is actually, you know, a harder box and has a book with it. But I didn't know that. It doesn't matter I'm fine with that. This is a really, really nice set though. So this is a Daimajin trilogy. Really like the artwork here. So the Daimajin is like Japanese folklore, basically. Get the spine here. And then we get these special features for all the movies, which is pretty nice. And let's see, these movies came out. Daimajin came out in 1966. Return of Daimajin also came out in 66, right? And then the third one also came out in 66. Oh, I didn't even know that. They pushed out all three movies in 1 year. You can see the length, 84, 79, and 87 minutes. So it's pretty cool. So Daimajin, Return of Daimajin, and Wrath of Daimajin. So like a folklore, as I said, folklore, a mythological character in Japanese history. So here we have the first one, original Daimajin. I like how the cases are actually transparent. It's nice to have a little change from the regular blue ones. I always like when they have different, like the black or red or yellow, stuff like that. Something different. the sometimes it can be difficult to get. There we go. Newly commissioned artwork. Very cartoonish, but still very cool. But I do prefer this, to be honest. So that's Daimajin. And we have Return of Daimajin. Walking through the sea there. You see the small little boats just getting crushed. I want to pause and read the synopsis. Then you have the special features. The commissioned art is from Matt Frank. Here we go. Get the newly commissioned art. In a way, it reminds me of Usagi Yojimbo, right? A little bit. Check out my Usagi video where I go through my entire collection of Usagi Yojimbo. So you can go back in my archives and check that out. So that's Return of Daimajin. And then we have Wrath of Daimajin. Not as much special features though, but this little commercial once again for a promo card for Mario Bava's Shock, the final movie he ever directed. There we go. Wrath of Daimajin. Sometimes the discs can be difficult. There we go. Very nice artwork though, I have to say. So that's the Daimajin trilogy. Let's take a look at them again. Wrath of Daimajin, Return of Daimajin, and Daimajin. Just gonna wrap that up and go to the next box. Okay, the Daimajin trilogy. Very beautiful box set. You get the 3 movies there again. So next box, I should say, I can't speak apparently, is the classic Demolition Man. Now this is a movie that I grew up with. I watched this in the cinema. I had the VHS tape, I had the movie poster, but I never had the DVD and I never previously had a Blu-ray. And then Arrow Video came out with this, like, is it a year ago? Was it earlier this year? Maybe it was early this year. I can't remember. It was quite recently. And when I saw they first announced this, I knew I had to get it. So I really went for it. I have a lot of fond memories of this movie. I think it's a very entertaining movie. It's not the smartest movie, but you don't have to have smart movies. You just, an entertaining movie like Demolition Man. Go back and we get the special features. Got quite a good amount of special features. So this movie came out 1993 and it's total 115 minutes long. So you get a good amount of special features. There, once again, you have a slipcover for the actual box set. So that's nice. Here you have the box itself, matte finish, which I mostly prefer for my comics and for my like box sets and stuff like that. I do prefer having the matte finish. Nothing here on the spine. And you have the back. Be well, yes. Then you have the contents. Pull that out of the box. You see it's like a hard box. Very, very nice. You have the movie. You have the poster. We have the, once again, like a 60-page book. I'm gonna fold out the poster so you can see that. Yes, the classic poster. I had this in a like really movie-sized version. And the second one, this is not as exciting. It's kind of a boring poster, but we did get some stickers. Life is Hell, one of those spray paintings they made that they instantly removed. And also the infamous shells. Yeah, infamous shells. Okay, I'm gonna fold this up and we're gonna move on. So, okay, here we go with the book. So you can see, thick book. Yes, anytime you spoke a bad word, you got a violation. Of course, that was part of what Stallone used when he went to the bathroom because he didn't know how to use the shells. Turn that around. You see the contents of the book. Of course, you have the cast itself with Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Leary, Benjamin Pratt, Nigel Hawthorne. There's a lot of famous names. It really was like a big quality production with a lot of names. Of course, the director was Marco Brambilla. Actually, I don't know what he done previously or since. Might as well flip through it like this. As you can see, it's about 60 pages again. Get some nice artwork. Of course, the beautiful Sandra Bullock. Fantastic book. Then we get into the movie. Of course, we have the original standard cover, the classic. The back again with all the special features. Disc art, and then you have that one, which is not very exciting. We did get some promo, or art cards, I should say. We have the beautiful Sandra Bullock. Still very beautiful to this day. Wesley Snipes. Mr. Stallone himself. Mr. Stallone in the nude, I suppose. You get Sandra Bullock, Stallone, and Benjamin Pratt. There's when he breaks out. Mr. Phoenix, something is called, right? I can't... Let's see. He's called Phoenix. Simon Phoenix. That's, of course, in Stallone's John Spartan. Can't get more action names than that. Okay, so let's wrap this up and moving on with the next set of box sets. Okay, yeah, so that was Demolition Man. Now let's move on to this Empire Screams Arrow videos. Welcome to the video store box set. This was the cheapy version that don't have a box set or posters and all that good stuff. This is just like the bare bones. I did not realize that when I ordered it. I thought I actually ordered the real box, but I at least got this. I was a little bit disappointed, but also these are also, you know, Charles Band Productions, Robot Jocks, Arena, Cellar Dweller, Dolls, Dungeon Master. Here you get Enter the Video Store, Empire Screams. You know, yep, Empire Video, the production of Charles Band. Dungeon Master, Dolls, Cellar Dweller, Arena, and Robot Jocks. Used to get individual slipcases. I like that, so you don't have like 2 movies on 1 disc or something. Slim cases, but it's perfectly fine. The one thing I don't like is that this box here is very flimsy. Even though it's not a hard box, they should be able to really make this sturdier. This is really, really flimsy. It's too sad to say that, but it really is. So let's go through here. We have Dungeon Master. Actually, a good amount of special features though. That's pretty cool. So this movie came out in 1985. Yeah, 1985, I'm sorry. 1995, Dungeon Master. Pretty cool cover. Let's take a little. Looks like one of those hand-painted pieces of art. Very cool. There's the other cover, which is pretty nice as well. This cover though makes it look really, you know, video gamey, I have to say. That's very cool. And we have Arena. I have not seen this movie yet. Tonight's championship grudge match, man versus monster. Okay. This came out 1989. Open it up. Man versus monster. Can only be stupid fun. It's another one I haven't watched yet, and that is Robot Jocks. I don't know what Robot Jocks means, to be honest. Has a lot of special features though. That's pretty cool. So this came out 1990. When you look at this artwork, it looks like it could be Robotech or Transformers. Definitely looks like Robotech. Here's the other artwork. It's pretty cool. It very much looks like the old Robotech. And we have a classic movie. I really love this movie. That is Dolls. So cool. They walk, they talk, they kill. This is a great movie. So much fun. Seriously, this is such a fun movie. The audio commentary by Stuart Gordon. That is very cool. So this movie came out 86 as well. 1986. This is a very, very fun movie. Get the discard. That's a good cover, but you know, this cover itself speaks for itself. This is an awesome cover. Dolls. Then we have Cellar Dweller, which was also, this was also a really fun movie with the what's her name? There we go. Yvonne DiCarlo. Man, she's beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful in this movie. And this came out in 1987. Cellar Dweller. So let's take those again. This is a 5-movie set. You have Cellar Dweller, Dolls, Robot Jocks, Arena, and The Dungeon Master. Very, very nice set. It came in this. Wrap it up and move on to the next. This is Giallo Essentials Black Edition. This is another one of my more prized box sets that I have. So 3 movies: Smile Before Death, The Weapon, The Hour, The Motive, and The Killer Reserved 9 seats. Once again, comes with a slip for the hard box itself. That's a beautiful cover. Get that spine again. Once again, this is a matte finish, which I prefer to get more of these sort of dulcet, damped tones, and it fits perfectly with this type of artwork. So here you get a overview. You can pause and read that if you want to. And we have the special features for each individual movie. We have like audio commentary with Troy Howard and Nathaniel Thompson. For Smile Upon Murder, The Weapon, The Hour, The Motive has audio commentary by Alexandra Helen Nicholas. And The Killer Reserved 9 Seats has audio commentary by Kat Ellinger. So that is fantastic commentaries, plus some other stuff as well. Let's take a look at the movies themselves. This is The Killer Reserved 9 Seats. This is actually really, really nice commissioned art. I do like this. We get a little poster as well, or not a poster, but we get a little booklet. It's actually kind of a thick booklet though, it has to be. bit over 20 pages, so that's cool. Here we get the cast in this movie. And the crew, directed by Giuseppe Benatti. This is an entertaining movie, I have to say. So that's the killer. Reserved 9 seats. The suspicious death of a minor. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm not very good in Italian. You have the commissioned art. To discard. I definitely prefer this. And we have the weapon, the hour, and the motive. Il sorriso d'aliena. Sorry for mispronunciation or making a bad pronunciation of that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't note when these movies came out. So this one came out 1972. Suspicious Death of a Minor came out in... Oh, it honestly doesn't say. It's a bit disappointing. No, it honestly does not say when it came out. I would guess in the early 70s as well. Can't seem to find any date when it came out. No. This one came out in 1974. So anyway, the weapon, the hour, the motive. Here's the or Smile Upon Death. Smile Before Death. I'm sorry. I get these movies mixed up, apparently. We do get a little booklet here as well. Once again, it's like a little over 30, 20, 25 pages. Here's you have the cast. And the crew. So Silvio Amadio was the director. Very nice. Three very beautiful movies. For Giallo Essentials, the white edition, there's also a yellow, a blue, and a red edition. Not all of them are available anymore, but at least I have the black and the white editions here, which are absolutely beautiful. Here we have the suspicious death of a minor. The night Evelyn came out of the grave, and iguana with the tongue of fire. So once again, it comes with this beautiful slip. You take that off, and you get this. This pops so much. Man, this is an amazing cover, right? Absolutely beautiful. The spine. And once again, it fits well that it's a matte finish. It doesn't have to be a compare this. This is glossy finish. And it really doesn't help it at all. This is a matte finish and it actually helps the colors. So that's beautiful. The spine. In the back, you can read a little here. Some of the special features for these movies. Let's see if we can actually see when these movies came out. When the Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, it came out in 1971. Iguana with the Tongue of Fire was also 71. And Suspicious Stuff of Minor was 75. Let's take a look at these movies. The Weapon, the Hour, the Motive. As you can see, I mixed up the movies. I tend to do this. The Weapon, the Hour. It's just, am I wrong again here? I really mixed up the movies and put them in different cases. I'm gonna have to correct that, of course. But here's The Weapon, the Hour, the Motive. That should be in the other box. I'm sorry. I get things mixed up. Take away the discard. Get that cover. Very cool. Once again, a very nice booklet, like 25 pages or something like that. We go to the cast and the crew. Director Francesco Mazzei. That's The Weapon, the Hour, the Motive. Iguana with the Tongue of Fire. The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. It's fine, but it's not the best. It gets a lot of praise, to be honest, but I'm not one of those that adore this movie. As much as other people do. So, there we go. I've now corrected the movies because I had them mixed up, obviously. So they're all back in their respective case. But if you don't have any of these sets, the Giallo Essentials from Arrow, I highly recommend them. There's, as I said, I have the black and I have the white, and I really want to get the other ones as well, but for now, these are the ones I have. These are absolutely beautiful, and I cannot complain about them. So let's pause it and move on. Okay, we're on to the stretch of my final 5 box sets. First up, we have the Hellraiser set that contains part 1, 2, and 3. Now, Arrow has released several box sets. They have this brown box set, they have the Scarlet edition, and they also have the Quartet of Torment box set, which, yeah, I would love to have that. I really would love to have that one, but this is the one I have. I picked it up for like 10 bucks, I think. I'm just happy to have it. It still looks good to me, I have to say. Here you have the special features. So there's a documentary on all of these movies. Talking, you know, behind the scenes documentary. It's very, very good. Very good in interviews, documentaries, even though they are quite a bit old. I don't know when this... I can't see if we can see when this edition itself was released. I think it's 2002. Can that be really correct? No, 2016. There we go. 2016 is when this box came out, containing the first 3 out of, was it like 9 or 10 movies total? Here, of course, we have the original Hellraiser. And yeah, as I said, there's like at least 10 movies. I think, you know, 9 or 10 plus video games. And man, I think there's talks about making a television show somehow of this. It was just this new video game that was just announced that features Doug Bradley. There's the commissioned artwork. And this, of course, is classic. It scared the shit out of me as a kid when I walked in a video store. Man, seeing this pinhead. Who wouldn't be frightened by that? Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. It's another scary image as well, right? Jesus Christ. You have the commissioned artwork right there. Oops, sorry. It's not as cool. Not as good as the this very haunting image. And of course the third one. Damn, this is scary too. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Almost looks like the first one, right? It's a very slight difference. They're all very similar, but let's go through this first before we check them out together. So, and honestly, it's like the first 3, 4 movies are like the good ones. And then it really drops and becomes shit, basically. It becomes crap. But here we have them. Hellraiser, Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. So yeah, once again, that's the Hellraiser set. Moving on to J Horror Rising. Very, very, very cool set. This is the last set, the box set that I picked up from Arrow. I haven't picked up, actually bought anything from Arrow, but this is the latest box set that I picked up. J-Horror Rising features a lot of movies. You can see here. Nothing on the back. Nothing beneath. I did a deep dive on this set. Oops, I almost dropped. And if you want to, you can go back and check these out. This have Shikoku and Isola, the multiple personality girl. So I'm not going to go through the art cards. These. And we have Inugami and St. John's Wort. More art cards. This is really a celebration of J-horror, obviously. A very specific style of Japanese horror. Here we have Carved, the Slit-Mouth Woman, and Persona. Two very good movies. And I have to say, if you don't like J-horror, this is not the set for you, but if you like J-horror, this is a very good set. If you get with movies like The Grudge and The Ring and One Missed Call, those types of movies, you're definitely going to be into this set. So the final one is the classic Noroi, The Curse, which is a found footage movie. Very interesting movie. Very interesting found footage movie, I have to say. But it's really good. Very cool movie. You also get a beautiful poster. Let me pause and pull it out. It's a very nice poster, I have to say. Really nice artwork. It's a double-sided. Very cool. I'm gonna go through the book. Okay. Not a very thick book, as you can see. They're probably like 60 pages. Glossy. All very good stuff. So that is the J-Horror Rising box set. Okay, next box set is Wild Things. Classic 90s sexy thriller, basically, right? Taking place in the bayou. But I am a fan of this movie. I think it's really good. I'm not gonna pull this out. Let's take a look at the thick, another like 60-page book. That is so cool. Yep, here we have them. Denise Richards and Neve Campbell. Of course, yep, Kevin Bacon, Matt Dillon, Neve Campbell, Denise Richards, you got Bill Murray. It's a big all-star cast, and this, of course, is directed by John McNaughton. This is a great movie. I know a lot of people may think it's sleazy, but I do really, really like it. You get a lot of special features as well. Brand new auto commentary with John McNaughton. That's pretty damn cool. The art cards, you know, yeah, I'm sorry. Denise Richards. Here's one of the other covers. The more like original cover. I do prefer that one, and I even prefer this one. So that's Wild Things. Let's wrap it up and move on to the final two box sets. So this is the Psycho Continues box set. This is not the first one. The first one that came out was the Psycho box set that contains Psycho 2, 3, and 4. This, as it says, Psycho, the story continues, has Psycho 2, 3, and 4. It does not have the original, does not have the box set, the hard box, or the book, or the posters. So I picked it up just because I wanted it. I do really want to get the first box set that has all 4 movies, but for now, this is the one I have. It's, you know, one of the cheaper editions. They did this one with Hellraiser as well, after the Tournament of, you know, Quartet of Tournament box set. They also came out with a cheaper version, like the Arrow Empire Screams set I have. But this is still a very nice set. But I do definitely need to get the other box set. So I said this contains Psycho 2, 3, and 4. You have the special features if you want to read up on those. The movies. Psycho 2, directed by Tom Holland, right? Who did, of course, Fright Night. So this came out in 1983, I'm sorry. 83, yeah. Tom Holland. Psycho 3. Wasn't that directed by Anthony Perkins himself? I think it was. And this came out in 1986, so 3 years later. This cover though is kind of cool. And then we have Psycho 4, The New Beginning. This was directed by Mick Garris, if I'm not wrong. And this one came out in 1990. So that's the Psycho set. Psycho 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to wrap it up and move on to the final box set of this video. Yeah, there we go. I do like how these match up right there. It's nice. And the final box set from Arrow that I have is one of the greatest sci-fi movies of all time and one of my absolute favorite horror movies of all time, and that is John Carpenter's The Thing. This is a very nice set. This is something that is out of print now. You can't obviously get the movie. I got the Blu-ray first, and then I got the entire box set a couple of years later. But I'm very happy to have this one. The art here is really beautiful. This has this matte finish. This once again fits perfectly. I have made it a tradition of mine that I watch this movie every December 23rd. Every year I watch this movie on December 23rd, which here in Sweden we celebrate Christmas on December 24th. So I watch it the day before Christmas, and I've done it for a lot of years, and I will continue to do this for many more years to come. So this came out in 1982, and look at all the special features here. There's a fantastic documentary on here. Who goes there in search of the Thing, which is like an 80-minute documentary about the original The Thing from 1956 and the like Lovecraft and a graphic novel, literary art. It really is an amazing documentary that I would highly recommend people to watch. You don't have to get this box set. You can get the just the Blu-ray, and you get that documentary on there. It is absolutely stunning. Fantastic documentary. Once again, thick book. So I'm gonna open this, pop this poster out here. It's a double-sided poster. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so we can watch that. It's so cool, right? I like how they have the black around here. But this one, it's almost it's almost better. This is so cool. So we're gonna go through the book and the movie. Okay. This is very simple, but very cool. It's the dog, of course. It's another like 60 pages. Classic. Classic scenes. Of course, you have Kurt Russell, Wilford Brimley, Keith David, of course. I mean, Charles Hallahan, Peter Maloney. Of course, this is directed by John Carpenter. We have the music by the master himself, Ennio Morricone. I love these pages. They are thick pages. It's a matte finish. It's not glossy. Let's flip through this like this. Some of the script. Beautiful book. And of course the movie itself. Man is the warmest place to hide. So this came out in 1982. I like the disc art. Yeah, sometimes these are tough to get open, but it's the same as the disc art. same as you had on the poster. We're gonna go through these art cards. The final thing we're gonna do, and we're going to wrap up this entire video up. It's been a long video. This is very cool. This is very cool. I really like that. I'm not a usually fan when it comes to art cards or lobby cards like this, but these are actually pretty damn cool, to be honest. They look really nice. Yeah, I would love to have the soundtrack for this movie. I love this movie so much. It's great. And it's great. The Morricone soundtrack is absolutely amazing. Yeah. Okay, so that is the box set of John Carpenter's The Thing. Okay, here we are now back at the shelf. So I've gone through all of these movies, or all of them, 13 box sets. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about these box sets. What other box sets do you think I should get? Obviously, there's continuing of the Giallo ones. But let me know, definitely let me know in the comments. Let that conversation get going. What do you think about this collection as a whole of just these box sets? And yeah, if you liked the video, I guess give me a thumb up and subscribe if you want more videos like this. And well, I'll talk to you soon and see you in the next video. And bye, everybody.